Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm doing a follow-up video on my Sterling by Music Man RAY35 bass guitar. I had an issue with the preamp. I had this middle potentiometer was crackling and scratchy, and I was just wanting to replace the potentiometer. Instead, I wound up getting a whole new preamp sent to me by Sterling, and this is the one. And the issue that you're going to run into if you try to repair this preamp is that look at these potentiometers. They actually have the threaded portion that mounts to the BCB and also through the pickguard is 16 millimeters instead of the standard 8 millimeters or 3/8 of an inch. So from the face of the potentiometer to the top is about 3/4 of an inch, and that is just very much impossible to find. The reason being is that these pots are from Alpha. They were custom made for this particular application. And when you go to order, now these pots are from the RV16 series of Alpha. And when you try to order this particular series of potentiometers, I'm looking at the spec sheet, I'm looking at the solid shaft pots and not the D slaughter or the knurled shaft. You can order by the code here. So 25R stands for 25 millimeters. When you figure that's the total length between the top of the shaft all the way down to the face of the potentiometer. And the A portion, which is your threaded portion, the longest that it's going to come in is an 8 millimeters, which is only half of what you need. And it's just a non-standard size. You cannot get 16 millimeters for the threaded portion. And that is what I was able to find out from my DigiKey and my Mauser reps, and they confirmed that no other company that makes the 16 millimeter wide mini guitar potentiometers sells something like this. Not without, it's not that they couldn't make it, it's just that the minimum order quantity would have been in the thousands in order to buy a custom made pot like this, and it's just not practical, unfortunately. However, I do have a glimmer of hope for you guys, for anyone that's wanting to repair this. If you're having a problem, you won't be able to find the exact physical size. However, you can find the electrical characteristics that you need, which is a B50K with a center detent here, and then you have a B25K without a center detent for the volume. And you will have to find here over at Small Bear Electronics. They're based in Massachusetts. They're, as far as I've been able to find, these guys are the only ones that have these particular pots that would actually fit with a little bit of modification. It's 3/8 of an inch. It's a little bit shorter, just like a standard pot, but it's the 50K linear and the 25K linear pots that you need. And they are 3/8 of an inch that you can mount not through the PCB, but with some creative soldering, you can actually mount these not on the bottom of the PCB, but on the top. And then you can thread that through the pickguard, and you can still use this preamp. Now, obviously, I've gone above and beyond here than what most people will do, but anyone that's looking for this preamp, I hope this information helps you guys. And really briefly, just looking at the preamp, we see that it has two TL062CP dual channel JFET input operational amplifiers running it, and then you just got a variety of resistors, capacitors, and diodes running this preamp. And the interesting thing about the TL062CP is that it is running on 9 volts. That's what it's configured for. However, it does have a max supply voltage capability of up to 30 volts. So it is possible to run at 18 volts if you really wanted to. You won't get much advantage over it, but it is possible to run at 18 volts. So I would just stick with 9 volts. And again, this is just more for informational purposes. If you are running into this issue, I would think that most would just elect to replace this entire preamp with something different, either EMG, Aguilar. There are other options available, but if you're trying to preserve the original sound that you're getting with your RAY35 and other Sterling models, then at least there is an option with some modification to go and keep this preamp running at its best. But thank you guys again for watching. I hope this information is helpful, and we'll see you next time.